Hello, this is Tamsin Astor, your Chief Habit Scientist and author of Force of Habit, Unleash Your Power by Developing Great Habits. So I was travelling this summer and had a little snafu, and I'm going to explain a little bit about that now. But one of the things that was really interesting about it was that as I dealt with the issue as it arose, that there were a number of people around me and they all commented on my reaction. And one of them actually came up to me afterwards and said, "Wow, you really live your brand." Which was really enlightening to me because I just dealt with the issue at hand and didn't really think too much about it, and was really struck by people's responses around me. So I was in Italy this summer, the lead yoga teacher on a yoga retreat, and in Italy when you stay somewhere you have to register your passport and pay a fee, and a few days into the trip a number of us said, "Where are our passports?" And they were like, "Oh, we've left them on the counter at the front desk." And so by the time I got to the counter, there was one British passport and 3 or 4 American passports. So I just picked up the British passport, didn't open it, and went back to my room. The day I was leaving, I was in the taxi transfer with about 8 people, and I, for some reason, decided to flip open my passport, and I was on the way to Naples airport. And I looked at the passport and realised it was a 13-year-old boy's passport, which obviously is not me. My friend, who I didn't realise had British passports, had picked up my passport and I had her son's passport. So I called her in Umbria, which is about 4 hours away, and discovered, thank goodness, that she had my passport. So we then made an arrangement. She would put my passport in a taxi to Rome, and I would get a high-speed train from Naples to Rome, and I would meet this guy and I would give him her son's passport, I would get my passport, and then I would see if I could get my flight changed from Naples to Rome so that I could fly to France to meet my family. So I sat in the back of the cab and my first thought was, oh fuck, like how am I going to get to France to see my kids? And I can't believe I don't have my passport. But I was just like, what's the point in focusing on what's wrong in this situation, and let me just get on with solving it. So I picked up my phone, I called up my friend, discovered she had my passport, we made the arrangement to switch the passports in Rome. I then called up my airline and asked them if I could switch my flight from Naples to Rome, and then I texted my parents and told them I wasn't going to be on the flight I said. I was going to be on a flight, 4 or 5 hours later. And there it was, and I didn't think much of it. And then I put the phone down, everyone around me was like, "Holy crap, you were so calm, you were so together, I can't believe you didn't freak out." And then when I got back to Cleveland, one of the people on the trip, who was also in the car with me, came up to me and said, "Wow, that was amazing how calmly you did it." And a number of people actually said to me, like, "I want to travel with you. You're completely unflustered by the things that can happen when you travel." So what was really interesting about that was having my experience reflected back to me. But, ultimately what I was doing there was just living the way that I preach. I do what I tell my clients to do. I do what I write about in my books. I do what I teach about in my videos. I do what I say I do in my Facebook Lives. I do what I say I do in my newsletters, which is not to focus on the negative, because you have the power to change. You have radical responsibility for how you view your life, how happy you are, how outgoing you are, how positive you are, how everything is going in your life. And it's really up to you to change it. So in that situation, I could have sat in the car freaking out and thinking, "Oh my God, I'm never going to get to see my kids today. I can't believe I've lost my passport," and focus on the fact that when my friend had checked into her hotel in Umbria, they had noticed the fact that her 13-year-old son had a 42-year-old woman's passport, but it had not commented, which was bizarre. And I could have sat in the car going, if these people had been responsible and told my friend, then, we would have sold this 2 days before my flight, and yada, yada, yada. But there was no point in doing that. So I just wanted to flag that, when you get in a good habit of practicing meditation and mindfulness and presence, when you get into the habit of being in a positive state rather than a negative state, and recognizing that it's completely up to you to put yourself in that state and to choose to be in that state, then when the shit hits the fan, you can still have a fantastic and beautiful experience. Have a wonderful day.